Let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you felt really excited about your life? Not just content, not just fine. I mean fired up. Like jumped out of bed, butterflies in your stomach. I can't wait to start this day kind of excitement. If your answer is, I don't even remember, then let me tell you something. You are not alone. And more importantly, you are not stuck. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not behind. This is a version of your life that feels exciting again. And today we are going to talk about what it takes to find it. Let's get started. Having been a teacher, I love guiding my students to enhance their skills, explore their passions, and unleash their creativity. Little did I know, I was actually helping them to lay the groundwork for their own unique paths. That's why I launched this podcast, to assist you in doing the same. Marketing your niche, it's all about discovering your niche, taking action before you are ready, focusing on consistent progress, and move ahead to building a profitable online business, even if you are not sure you are doing it right. Tune in for practical advice, actionable marketing tips and strategies to build a business that brings you more freedom, more profit, even more joy. Let's get started. I want you to imagine something. Picture this. You are sitting on your porch. It's morning. You are sipping your favorite coffee. The birds are singing, your kids are off to school, and you've just opened your laptop. Not because you have to, but because you want to. You are building something that is yours. Maybe it's a digital product, maybe it's coaching, maybe it's a niche blog you never thought anyone would read, but now people are reading it. You are finally using that voice, that skill, that message that has been bubbling inside you for years. You stop putting everyone else's needs above your own. You finally gave yourself permission to start. That scene is not just a fantasy. It's what happens when you stop waiting and start choosing. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I met a woman named Anna. She was in her late 40s, working a corporate job she no longer loved, driving 2 hours a day in traffic, juggling kids, life, and that constant low hum of, is this really it? In her mind. Sounds familiar to you? For me, it does. One day she saw a video online. It was about starting a digital business. Nothing flashy. Just a woman talking about how she made a bit of extra income doing something she loved from home. Anna told me something clicked. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I just knew I had to try something. So she started small. She didn't quit her job. She didn't throw caution to the wind. She took 1 hour in the evenings and started researching. Then she bought a domain name, wrote one blog post. It was about parenting teenagers, one step. Then another one. Fast forward 2 years, that little blog became a niche membership site for parents navigating high school. She now earns more from her business than she ever did in her 9-to-5 job. More than that, she is so happy right now. Here is what I want you to hear. Anna didn't have a secret. She didn't have 1 million followers. She didn't even know what SEO was at that time when she began. What she did have, the courage to start before she was ready. And that's what I want to talk about today. Because the moment you decide to choose yourself, That's the moment everything changes. Now I know what your brain might be saying right now. But I don't have the time. But I don't know how. But what if I fail? But what the other people are thinking? I want you to stop right there. Those are not facts. Those are fears. And fears are liars. Did you know that? You have time, maybe not hours in a day, but you have pockets, like 10 minutes while your coffee brews, 20 minutes before bed. You know how I know? Because you are already spending those minutes scrolling someone else's life on your phone. And here is the truth. You don't need all the answers to begin. You just need to begin. Let me tell you something about every successful entrepreneur I ever met. They started messy. They didn't wait to be perfect. They launched with typos. They put out content that made them cringe later. They made videos where their lighting was off, their hair wasn't done, and their voice shook. They didn't let that stop them. Why? Because they were more committed to building their future than protecting their ego. I want to give you another example. There is a man named Joseph. He started learning how to build websites in his spare time while working in a warehouse. He was in his 40s. He was 43. Not techy, not particularly confident, but he kept going. Today he teaches other beginners how to build websites and he makes a full-time income doing it. Your age is not a limitation. I want to understand that. Your experience is not irrelevant. In fact, your experience is your superpower. Let me say that again. Your experience is your superpower. If you are in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s, you've got stories, skills, resilience, and grit that no 20 years old YouTuber can fake. You've navigated hard seasons. You've built a life, raised a family, led teams, solved problems. You have a lifetime of real value inside you. And that value, it can be monetized. It can be shared. It can change someone else's life. But first, you have to believe that is possible. So, let's talk about where to start. Not where to start in business, where to start in you. What is that thing that won't leave you alone? What is the topic you always ended up talking about? What's the skill people come to you for help with? What's the thing you would do even if no one will pay you just because you love it? Start there. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Lydia, but what do I do with it? My answer is, you learn. That is the first step. You will be a student first. You don't have to launch a 6-figure business this week. You just have to get serious about it. Start watching YouTube tutorials. Listen to podcasts. You are doing this right now. Subscribe to a newsletter. Join a free webinar. Read a blog. Ask questions. Let yourself play again. We lose that as adults, right? We get so serious, so structured, so caught up in responsibilities that we forget what it's like to explore, to try things, to try new things, to learn badly before we do them well. And that's what this is, not a pivot, not a crisis, but an expansion. This is about expanding into the version of yourself you've been too afraid to meet. And yes, eventually you can turn that into a business. You can build something that earns while you sleep. You can set up digital products, affiliate links, email lists, courses, coaching, physical products, partnerships. There are dozens of paths. But you don't have to know the path to take the first step. And let me remind you something. The path will reveal itself as you walk it. I didn't know I would be here talking to you on this mic. I didn't know that my voice would become part of someone else's courage. But it did. And yours can too. I know a woman who started posting short videos of herself explaining how to make a simple recipe for picky eaters. She had no brand and no plan, just a passion. Today, she has a YouTube channel, an ebook, and a meal planning membership. Can you believe that? You know what started it all? Just one video, one recipe. We are living in a time where you can't start with nothing but a phone and an idea and reach the world. Now, let's talk about the gut feeling. You even get the feeling in your chest tight, buzzing, like a little whisper saying, "This isn't right," or "You need to do this." That's not some random thought. That's your gut feeling. It's your internal GPS, if you want, the part of you that knows before your brain catches up. And most of us, we've learned to ignore it. We rationalize, we overthink, we get scared. But the truth is, your gut is never wrong. It doesn't always scream. Sometimes it's a gentle nudge, a curiosity, a moment of stillness when something just clicks. That was me when I started exploring a different path. Not a loud, dramatic moment, just a quiet, steady feeling that I was meant for more, that I wanted to live life on my own terms. If you are feeling that way, even a little, that's your sign. Trust it. Start small. One decision, one step. Your gut feeling will always lead you the way, if you let it. And here is the thing. Your gut feeling speaks before fear shows up. You'll feel that pull, that idea that lights you up, and then boom, the fear voice rushes in. It's all say, what if I fail? What will people think? And I am too old? Am I too late? And that fear voice is so loud. It's convincing, but it's just a pattern. Your brain is trying to protect you by keeping things the same. Did you know that? Because same feels safe. But safe and fulfilled are not the same thing. Mel Robbins says this all the times. If the idea of doing something makes you feel excited and scared at the same time, it's probably the right thing. And she is right. That feeling isn't danger, it's growth. It's your gut feeling waving a flag saying, go this way, go for it. You don't have to make a massive leap. You don't have to burn everything down. You just need to make a move, a tiny shift, a small act of courage, sending that email, signing up for that course, talking to that person who is doing what you wish you could do. I remember sitting with my journal one day, just writing out what I wanted more of, more time, more freedom, more creativity. I didn't even know what the end game was, but I trusted that if I started moving, the past would show up. and it did. So listen to your whisper, the nudge, the feeling in your gut that you've been ignored for so long. It's not too late, my friend. You are not behind and you are not stuck. You are just one decision away from a different life. So, here is what I want to challenge you to do after this episode. Don't just think about your dream, take one small action towards it. That might be buying the domain name, filming a 30-second video and posting it, signing up for a free course, starting the outline for the book, writing your why in a journal. One step, one action, one tiny drop of momentum. Because here is what I know. The longer you wait, the louder your doubt gets. But the second you move, the doubt quiets down and your belief starts to grow. Let me wrap up with the same message I started with. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be if you choose to begin today. So, if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. That little idea, that whisper in your heart, don't ignore it, my friend. You don't have to quit your job. Don't get me wrong. You don't have to risk it all. Just start exploring, start building, and know that you are not alone. I'm walking this path too, and I will walk it with you. You've got this.